Hello, today we're going to be dragon farming. This guide will show you how to farm Farish, Nadra, and Dinral. So for this, I recommend a shock resistance, the Thunder Helm, or a full set of rubber armor upgraded to level 2 for unshockable, because for Farish he has like electricity, so you don't want to be shocked and drop your weapon while you're aiming at him. You will also need a bow in order to farm for him. And from dragons, there are like, I'm not sure how many parts. There's claws. If you shoot one of their claws, they have like 6 claws or something. If you shoot their horn, you get a shard of their horn. If you shoot their face, you get a shard of the fang. And if you hit them on the body, then is this scale. Okay, for this, you want to go to around here. It's southeast from the Great Plateau to Ryola Spring. It's kind of just north of Lakeside Stable. So you could, if you have the Zora armor, you could swim up the waterfalls. But if you don't have it, you'd have to climb a few cliffs and then go around up to Ryola Spring. You could also teleport to this Shodasa shrine and swim up the waterfall with your Zora armor. So let's do that now. Okay, this first one's gonna be Farish. So let's swim up this waterfall. Kind of head to your left side. If you have the unshockable bonus, you don't need to worry about lightning at all because, well, you're unshockable. So if it's raining, it might be a little trickier, but I bet you'll get it. Oh, and if you want to farm a lot, you should have a flame weapon with you to light fires. Oh, and wood too, to light the flame. So let's put the wood like around on this tree. Light it on fire. And then we have to, there's an updraft, but sit until morning. And then once you sit until morning, there's going to be an updraft. This is where you use your bow, but before you do anything, just pause the game and get the rest of your rubber armor instead of the Zora. So ultimately, if you want to get like horn or like the harder ones other than scales, I'd really recommend like the ancient bow, not like the royal bow because it has low range. It doesn't shoot as far. So I'll take a Lionel bow. You want to kind of like slow down time in midair. And then I'm going for his horns. It'll pop off and you could go collect it. Shard of Farish's horn. I did this method for Farish a bunch of times, so I have bunches of horns, 27. I didn't really do it for the other parts. Farish scale, Farish fang, Shard of Farish horn, Farish claw. But let's move on to the next dragon. For the next dragon, you want to teleport to this shrine. If you don't have it unlocked, the Kakariko village is alright. Really, it's just like west of, it's near Mount Larano. It's really just west and teeny north. But there's a Lionel here, so that's what makes it a little hard. You don't have to fight it, but like you will have to be sneaky, let's say. So if you got a stealth set because there's a Lionel there, and you're gonna have to let's go there. So let's teleport to the shrine, and then we will get wait until we get to the shrine, and then you want to kind of like swim up the waterfall because you don't want to run into a bunch of bokoblins and Lizalfos, even moblins. So the easiest way is to get your Zora armor. By the way, if you haven't got the Zora armor, you could get it into Zora's domain, which is just north of the place we're going. But there's like a whole quest for it, so like you first arrive in the Laranu wetlands and you follow this whole path all the way to Zora's domain, and then that's like the first item you get in Zora's domain, which is over here. But anyway, so once you get your Zora armor, go up this waterfall. If it's raining, then this might be a little tougher, but just climb that wall, or just like paraglide over to this kind of ledge and then just like kind of run. So let's get back our stealth armor. We kind of want to, it's hard to climb in rain. And if you don't want to run, you could just whistle sprint. It's a glitch that's really easy to perform. Just hold in the direction you're going, hold whistle, and then just tap B a lot. Like spam it. And then let's stay up here. You could just paraglide over and you're almost there. So then we're basically there. If it's raining, then this is gonna be a little hard. You can see Nadra. But for Nadra, you can't farm until you get to the Spring of Wisdom and complete the quest, the Spring of Wisdom, because Nadra is corrupted with malice. So you need to just get rid of this guy, knock him over, freeze him, just go past him. And you could even whistle sprint. But we don't want to whistle sprint because that makes a lot of noise. So you can see just here, but this time you don't really need it. You could get the unfreezable set, but I don't have it. So for this, it's going to be a little harder because it's raining. But if it's not raining, you could just put fire anywhere. There's a Lionel here, so it's best to go behind the wall, but I have to go like on the wall because it's raining. Let's sit until morning again. All the dragons you could sit until morning, then they'll spawn. This one I always thought was the hardest until I experienced Dinral, because Dinral's a little hard. Because he's always in a bunch of places. Farish is like the easiest to farm. You could see he's up there. You could see him there. Nadra. So let's just get back. I'm in master mode, so there's a gold Lionel right there. There will be a silver Lionel there. If you progressed and got all 4 or even 3 divine beasts, it's gonna be a silver, but I have a gold one. So just be aware of that one. You want to kind of like get on top of the mountain, and you're like up here. So now you just wait. He comes towards you. He circles the mountain like once or twice, and then comes towards you, and you need to wait. So let's wait. So for this, now he's approaching. So now what we want to do is kind of approach him, but we don't want to go too much because of the Lionel. If we land where the Lionel is, it's going to be hard. You're going to have to fight it or run away. So I got a shard of Nadra's horn because I really want to farm horns, because I tried it with Farish, but I believe it's all dragons. This one's the hardest to chase after because You have to paraglide all the way to like the end of the ruins where you first came from, so it takes a little longer than any other dragon. For Dinral, he's gonna be a hard one because there's a Lionel protecting the spot. So let's. Okay, so let's just dodge that guy. Get a shard of Nadra's horn. There. And if you want more shards of nature, just rinse and repeat. Just go over here, do the campfire, go on top of this hill or mountain, and wait for him to come over here and shoot him anywhere. This is the same with fairs. You could get the same parts, except it says Nadra's and it's a different color. But if you shoot the claw, you get his claw. If you shoot the body, you get its scale. If you shoot his face, then you get a fang. If you shoot his horn, then you get a shard of horn. Okay, so for this one, the trick for this one is to be in a certain spot. That's make sure you have like at least one set of flame breaker, or at least a elixir. Because usually I like going to Death Mountain and paragliding down, other than going to this. But feel free to go here and go around. Plus, if you haven't unlocked it, because it's hard, gut check challenge. And for the gut check challenge, the only really good what will make it easier is climbing gear. But anyway, let's go to this Shora Ha shrine. Okay, we're here. What you kind of want to do is take this minecart and kind of not like you put it in, but you don't want it in this direction. You want to kind of like turn it around. So to do that, you go in front of it on the side you want to be able to control. And sometimes it's hard. So keep on trying. But if it still doesn't work, there's an easier way. You could just put it on. You don't have to use round bombs. But this one's hard to kind of calculate. So you take that, hit it twice or 3 times. And you and you don't want that to happen. I was trying to use Rivali scale, but tricky, so we spawn here, and this is with us, so just try to get it. Avoid from putting it on top until you got it like this, and you could eventually you'll get it go on it. However, you will need to push it onto the rail. Push on to the rail, get in it, get your round bombs, put one in, and bomb! And make sure to stasis it too, so you can use Rivali scale without getting hit and falling in lava like I did. So you really just kind of want to head north from here. But if I'm right, I believe there's an Igneo Talus around these parts, so just be aware of that. They're tough in an early game when you first get into Death Mountain, but I have the fireproof one, so bonus because I enhanced it twice. So it's good. continue going here. So where I like to do my farming, it takes some more waiting, but in some other videos that I've watched in the farming, it's usually around here, here, like around here. But usually I'm thinking that there's actually a easier way, so you don't have to wait as long and you don't have to get as close to the Lionel, so it's less risky. So where I like to do my farming is to go over here. You see that skeleton? You could take a picture for it for the Leviathan quest, where you have to take pictures of all three, but there's a monster camp in there, not a shrine. But so where I like to do it is just to take cover from rain if there ever is. There's rarely rain here, so you don't need to, but usually I like going in this snuggle corner. But like where we like to do our farming is really, we put the campfire under and we stay on top. So just like all the others, we wait until morning. It's a little too late because he already came past. He comes to this valley all the time. So you could just wait until morning, come up, and kind of like you want to get to the part like on the spine of the Leviathan, like right here. This requires the most waiting time, but you could see Dinral's right there. So that's nice. It's just right there, so you need to continue waiting. I recommend this spot because it's better, because you don't have to wait as long as over like there, because you need to wait longer for him, Dinral, to come down and go all the way. So Dinral's a little slow. So I recommend really going on like the spine of the thing. You could just continue waiting. Just wait and do your thing. You could prepare. You could do really anything while he's doing his thing. Okay, and you could just continue waiting. And once you wait enough time, he'll come by. Yay. You don't need Rivoli Scale, but sometimes it's nice. For this is like one of the hardest dragon because fire's like always around it. So for this one you might jump off the spine of the skeleton, so if that happens you could just use Rivoli Scale if you have him. I'm behind him, so I'm going to switch to the ancient bow so it shoots a little farther. And I got a horn once again. This is the same as Nadra and Farish. There's very little chance that if you go here, it'll fall. If you hit the dragon, that there's very little chance that it'll kind of fall off, like roll off or just fall off. And that's for Dinral. And those are all three dragons in this game. That'll be enough for this dragon farming video. You could get tons and tons of dragon parts like I do. And that's it for this video. See you next time.